WillyRob here once again, and let's go on an adventure to the Greenwood State Park, Huntingdon County, Pennsylvania. On the back side of the lake, there's a blacksmith shop and what looks to be a small museum. Tells the story of what went on here in the past. There's actually a little hall here where a ranger tells scheduled stories about history of this area. It's like a wheelwright's pit. I'm assuming that was water or smoke they used to power this thing.
How long do you think it would take to until that program is up on the ground and running. In today's world.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know how long it took to raise it up? 40 days.
40 days.
40 days from when he
Park
announced
ranger
it.
here talking to some people.
He got it done.
So out of respect, I'm going to keep quiet and just look around.
Now, who's going to run this whole thing? You have
This
to
is the forge here.
to run this program. Okay. Who out there? The Army can take a group of men and go out in the middle of nowhere and set up a campsite on that.
I think you have a plot.
Camps and administer.
It's a long
Now,
hitch
the men are
there.
not in the Army.
Right.
Civilian, okay? Behavioral chap. So you have a style of quasi-military discipline with it. And when you look at pictures of the camps, you can see it. Everything is immaculate. Everything is laid out precisely.
Clean.
Clean, or when you look at all these pictures, you see all the paths are straight as an arrow. They're all lined with rocks painted white.
Right.
So because Fechner understood enough, it's not always about the union. It's about what's best for the workers. But the union still had more of that mindset back then. Okay. It was what's best for the workers. Okay. So that brings the unions into play. Okay. Not only 40,000 men learn to read and write in CCC. Okay. You give them, I was telling you, you have classes to give high school diploma equivalencies. You do vocational training. You teach them to be carpenters and stone.
Here's an old wagon. Assuming this is what they used to carry the railroad ties and stuff with. Sitting right out in front of this museum. It was interesting, park ranger in there telling the story of this place and talking about the unions and talking about how the Army built this place into a park and just talking about the history of the place. I didn't want to interrupt as I went through the tour of the museum, but there's a lot of interesting stuff in there going on. So it's on the back side of the lake, and it actually is pretty well marked with arrows and everything to get there, but interesting little museum. Just a real tiny thing out here in the middle of nowhere. Encourage you to stop by and talk to the ranger, and I'm sure he'll tell you plenty of stories. Some of the old cars that used to haul the pig iron out here by this museum. Interesting stuff here. So we got a little rained out the park, and just gonna have to finish the vlog up here at home a little bit, but you got the gist of the park itself. It's a lot more beautiful in the sunlight, and it's a shame that we couldn't show the playground and some of the forges that are there, and some of the swimming that goes on and stuff, and the beach. They do have a concession stand there, so for like your typical concession stand, counter service type food, that's there. It's not super expensive. Definitely a nice park to take the kids out, go on a picnic. Whether you go to the front side of the lake, which there's plenty of spots at the front side of the lake, some covered spots there for when it rains, and lots of grills. They also have a campground there, so if you want a tent or if you have a camper you want to bring along, they got electric and everything to the campground. The facilities are pretty modern, so it's a really nice park. Probably one of the better parks that I've seen here in this part of the state. Very similar to Poe Valley, probably a little more modern than Poe Valley is. Maybe we'll get back to the park later on in the year. I don't know, and maybe just look at some of the forges and maybe check out the beach and all that kind of stuff. So, but in any case, I thank you for coming along on this adventure, albeit a shorter adventure. And stay safe on your own adventure.